And we are back. Welcome to the Soapbox, where people who work, volunteer, and care about recovery tell us who they are and what they're most passionate about. My name is Richard Jones, RN, and I represent parentingyourchildinrecovery.com and my home website, secondstarts.com. That's number two, NDSTARTS.com. My special guest today is Antoine Evans, affectionately known as the Preacher. Antoine, hello, and thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to
Okay.
be here.
Okay, good. Before you start, I just want to cue everybody in. Antone is a peer advocate and a recovery center supervisor, and he's an author, an influencer, a creator, and a podcaster. So I'm glad to have you on here. And before we even start, I just want to let you know it's people like you that make me want to do this show. Just going over what you do and how you get to it. So Anton, give us that Cliff Notes version of yourself. Tell us about Anton.
Sound good. Um, so also I'm a veteran
Okay,
of 11 years.
definitely.
Um, so like you said, all of those don't I don't tend to let people know everything, and so a lot of times when people hear uh, everything I've done and everything I do, they're like, "Whoa!"
Mhm.
Um, but I'm Antoine, aka Preacher. Um, was born June 7th, 1987, to two amazing parents. Unfortunately, one passed away when I was one. He was a cop. He got shot. So my mom and I eventually moved to Geneva, New York, um, and we met my current dad, who I call dad, when I was three. I had a pretty basic childhood.
Mhm.
We didn't really want for anything. My dad had a job. My mom had a job until my sister was born. Then she started working from home. Um, so we had everything we needed growing up. And so when people are like, "Oh, you like, did you have a bad life?" and that's what led to your addiction, I'm like, "No, my life was like it was good." Um, and but I think I always struggled with rejection and identity.
Okay.
Because like I said, my biological dad passed away when I was one. He was black, and then my mom is white, and so she remarried an Italian. So I
Okay.
grew up, and I literally used to call myself the black sheep of the family.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't really know what groups to connect with. I felt rejected by whites and blacks because I always say I was too black for the white kids and too white for the black kids, and so I
Right.
I always felt the sense of just rejection, and I became a class clown in school because I felt that was making people laugh was the only way that I could make like draw people into me.
Right.
Uh, but I still had this rejection going throughout, and so ended up graduating school, went to college for music recording because I'm a drummer.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, but and what's cool is my dad, when he passed away, the police station left me money for college. Um,
Oh,
and
wow.
so my college was paid for, but I squandered it and was partying and things like that. And so the school kicked me out, uh, which then I again felt that rejection boil up.
Right.
And so, um, but while I was there, my parents ended up kicking me out again, feeling that rejection. Um, Started living at my friend's house, then went to my grandparents' house um, and lived there for a little bit. Left there because it caused tension between my parents
Hmm.
and my siblings, and my parents wouldn't let my siblings see my brother and sister. Uh, so ended up leaving there. Met a girl while I was going to school. When I got kicked out, I said, "Okay, well, I need a job now." So she got me a job at a glass factory with her dad. Um, and what I didn't know it was that was a summer job. And so one day they came up, they're like, "Hey, you've been doing awesome, but today's your last day."
Okay.
And I was like,
Right.
"What?" And so that's when I decided to join the army. And so I joined the
Mhm.
army when I was in basic. My girlfriend at the time cheated on me, so we broke up. So there's another rejection
Another
that has been added
rejection.
to.
Hmm.
And then I ended up going through basic, went to Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Uh, from there, we deployed December, either December, I think it was December of '06. We deployed, came back March of '09. And so we were there for 15 months. It was a
Okay.
long 15 months.
Okay.
But it was, I even felt rejection there because I had a girlfriend
Yeah, okay.
there
Common
and
common
she
theme for.
cheated on
Yeah.
me again.
Okay. You know what? How long were you in the Army?
11 years.
11 years. You said a military policeman, right?
Yep.
Okay. Very, very good. Anton, listen, before we go on, a quick break here. I just want to let everybody know, pay close attention to the show notes of this show. We give you more information on what Anton's up to. You know, we also want to talk to you about, or to reiterate and let you know that the show is going to be on one of our homes is Substack. And we put that show out the Wednesday before the live show on Monday. So everybody can go to Substack, the SoapBox on Substack. And we also have a new channel, which we just started. We're putting all our interviews on YouTube. That's the SoapBox TV. Want everybody to understand that. And lastly, but leastly, go down there. And if you are the parent or mentor of a young adult between the ages of 17 and 24 and looking for a new non-clinical situation that helps work with your child, please see in the show notes, parentingyourchildrecovery.com. Be happy to talk to you and tell you all about the program, and also practitioners who want to get involved and be referral sources and work with us to help your young people. Anton, right now is this part where I put you up on the soapbox. So get ready. You're going to tell me how you feel about some things. So that's right. Get it ready. Get it ready. Anton, talk to me, your mindset with sobriety and recovery and the states of mind. Talk to me about that. I love what you said about that.
So I, throughout all the rejection and everything, like I eventually became a student pastor, and my wife and I separated. So I unfortunately fell into addiction. And prior to falling into addiction, my view on sobriety and recovery and everything, it was one from on the outside, and I was simply just looking in, and I thought a lot of times, oh, like, why don't people just get out of it?
Right.
And you keep going back and you keep going back and you keep picking up. Just set it down. Don't do it. And I thought it was that easy. And then slowly, when I started falling into addiction, and then I stepped down from being a student pastor and went heavy into addiction. And then one day woke up and was like, I can't do this anymore. And I came out, but it wasn't easy. Like even today, it's not easy. And so now my thoughts on sobriety and recovery are so different, because I'm like, it isn't as easy to be like, oh, let me just stop. If people could just stop, we wouldn't have so many people, unfortunately, in addiction. It takes a lot of willpower. It takes a lot of leaning on. I look at Christ as my higher power, and it takes a lot of leaning on Him, and takes a lot of making sure you have the right people in your corner. And then I say 3 things every day when I do lives. We have to, one, when we wake up, don't use. That's our first and most important job. Don't use. 2, take care of yourself so you can be in the position to take care of other people. And then 3, make the most of every opportunity that comes your way.
Excellent.
And I think we need to do those, and then just stay focused and don't become complacent. Even at 20 years, you still need to keep your mind focused, because when you start getting lackadaisical in your mind and thinking, oh, like, it can't touch me now, that's exactly when you're going to relapse and it'll touch you.
Okay. Anton, you said something else to me that struck me. your thought about hitting rock bottom is simple, but it's so concise. It makes so
Absolutely.
much sense. A simple thing, what you say, but it makes so much sense. Talk to me about that.
So first off, I believe everybody's rock bottom, while it might be different,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's everybody's is different, because the more that you go through, the more you can go through.
Right.
And so I've been through a lot. So my rock bottom was naturally deeper than other people's. Uh, if you look at someone who's never been through anything, their rock bottom, of course, is going to be a
Right.
lot more shallow than someone else's. But I think while all of our rock bottoms are different, all rock bottoms are significant and important.
Exactly.
And then a lot of people will be like, well, if you don't know like how deep someone's rock bottom is, when is rock bottom? And I tell
Right.
people all the time, rock bottom is when you stop digging,
Exactly.
and rock bottom's where you decide, okay. And once you get there, you have a choice. I can either stay here or I can start climbing out.
Right.
And sadly, some people decide to stay there, and that's why I do this recovery thing.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Talk to me about recovering out loud. I think I find it so interesting that it's something, it's a gift that you have, or a gift that we've been given the ability to do to help other people. So talk to me about your thoughts about recovering out loud.
Um, so it goes back to the rock bottom part. When
Okay.
people at the bottom, um, those are the people that we do this for. Me and a couple more people, we like saying we recover out loud for those that are suffering in silence. And I go on to even say I recover out loud for those that have died in silence, because a lot of people are suffering in silence, and a lot of people have died in that silence too. So they have lost their voice, and so the reason why I do this is, one, so I can motivate and inspire other people to make a change, not only in their life but the lives of others. But I do this for those people that have hit that rock bottom
Mm-hmm.
and decided to stop digging, but now they're stuck at the bottom. And
Excellent.
so I believe that part of my um, goal in life, part of my purpose, is going down and reaching out and helping them up out of the hole.
That's impressive. Uh, just by talking to you a little while, uh, and I can tell this is your wheelhouse here. Talk to me about grit and determination.
So I am I learned this from an early age. My dad, he loves talking about grit, and I just think it's that I'm a Steelers fan,
Okay.
and
Okay.
like Steelers, like we got grit,
Yes,
like
you
in
do.
Pittsburgh, it's straight from Pittsburgh. My dad's from Pittsburgh. I've gone to Pittsburgh many times, like, and it's just that it's that grit, the determination, the even when things are bad, like life still moves on, so you got to still
Exactly.
move on. Um,
Exactly.
it's like I tell everybody I might not be the fastest, might not be the smartest, might not be the strongest, but I guarantee you I'll go longer, further, and harder than you will. Because I'm not gonna quit. My leg might break, but I'll find a way to crawl across the finish line. Like
That's what I'm talking
I
about.
just I don't have it in me to quit. Like and sometimes it's at my detriment. I remember I had COVID, and my oxygen level, because I had my Apple Watch and it was saying my oxygen level was at like 20%, and I refused to go to the hospital because I said if I go to the hospital, I'm saying I quit, and so I fought through at home, sitting on the couch, not being able to
Oh my
breathe,
goodness gracious
and
alive.
but I knew if I went to the hospital, I was telling COVID you win, and so I believe in just that struggle, like the struggle in the Bible. It says struggle leads to perseverance, perseverance leads to character, and character leads to hope. And I truly believe that. And the more I go through, just like with rock bottom, the more I can go through. And so I just yeah, grit is everything, and not everybody has it. And it's not something that you necessarily are born with. It's something that you have to experience, because grit comes with experience.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Okay, real quick, just remind everybody in the show notes, we're going to be talking about what Antone is doing, the preacher is doing, because we're going to get to this part next about his projects. I find it so interesting. I want to repeat again that it's people like you that make me want to do this show. I just want to repeat that because you're down in there where the rubber meets the road, really physically working with people just out of your own life's knowledge, and I think that's past commendable. So remember, this show notes, we're going to talk about, I'll show you where you get to the Substack to see the shows. Our YouTube channel is the SoapBoxTV.com. If you're not watching this on there, if you see it another fact, you can go to it, subscribe, see all the interviews with the different people, see your favorite person, the one you came to see. And remember, the parenting your child in recovery, if you have a young adult between ages of 17 and 25 who is at risk, in trouble, or in a recovery situation, this non-clinical option works with all different types of people and practitioners that everybody works with together. So I want to get to the part here. This is the good part for me. I want you to talk about the different projects you're on and what you've been doing. The first thing I want to go to is the podcast. Is or will be operational. Tell me about the podcast. What's the mindset behind it?
So when I came out of addiction and I came into recovery, like I said, I was a student pastor prior, and so I always try to give. Before being a student pastor, I worked at a children's agency. Before I did that, I worked at a homeless shelter. Like, so okay. I've always wanted to help people, and so I thought, like, how can I use what I've been through in order to help other people? And so I was like, you know what, I want to start a podcast. I had 3 people living in my car with me. One of them, he got clean, and I told him, and I was like, I'd love if you were my co-host. And he's like, yeah, sure. So we came up with an idea on when we were going to start, and I was on someone else's podcast last year, and he was like, why are you waiting to start? Just start it. And so we started Preacher's Corner, and the main mission behind Preacher's Corner is to motivate and inspire other people to make a change, not only in their life, but the lives of others. And what the goal of it, and it's changing a little bit, but what it originally was to give other people a platform to be able to share their stories and their experiences in order to connect with other people. And so, but I thought in my head, like, that's not sustainable, because eventually you run out of people to have on, and then it becomes longer gaps in between each episode. So right now I'm in the process of revamping it a little bit. So when I don't have people on, I can still have a podcast going every week. So different topics on that deal with recovery. And I've thought about maybe looking at like different movies and doing a review while I'm watching the movie, and giving a person, giving the perspective of someone who's in recovery for a lot of these
that sounds good.
Movies. Yeah, so
that sounds good.
Preacher's Corner is what the initial what started everything, and everything falls under the Preacher's Corner banner. But then, as we're going to talk about, I have a little bit more things that I'm working on, but all of them are under this umbrella of Preacher's Corner.
Okay, well, let's move right into it then. Let's talk about the book you are preparing or have prepared, a book on biblical leadership. Talk about that, because I think that's a strong point of yours.
So I am huge on leadership. When I was a student pastor, I worked close with the lead pastor on just different leadership qualities and how to be a better leader. I've read up on a lot of leadership stuff, have attended leadership seminars and things like that, and I believe that servant leadership is the best kind of leadership that really you get down with the people that you're leading, and then you're not just like saying, hey, do this, do this, do this. You're actually
Right.
doing it with them, and then you're serving other leaders. I believe I'm a leader of leaders,
Okay.
and I believe that my inspiration to be a leader comes straight out of the Bible, and so I believe there were a lot of amazing leaders within the Bible, and so what I'm doing is I'm going through like I focus on a certain leader, tell
Okay.
about them, tell their story, and then connect it with leadership qualities and how what people can apply to their
Okay.
leadership.
That's excellent. That's excellent. That sounds good. You talked to me about a health journal, health and wellness
Yes.
journal. Tell me about the idea and the theories behind that. What do you got going
So
there?
I was thinking the other day, like not the other day, but a while ago, like if we have taken so much time to come out of addiction and
Hmm.
take care of ourselves that way, why are we ruining our bodies
Right.
with what we eat? Like we spent all this time to come out
Hmm.
and to save ourselves that way. Why are we ruining it even more by putting the wrong things in our body and doing the wrong things? And so I thought up it's really a 90-day health, wellness, and fitness journal, and it's specifically for people who have been through some stuff, but anybody can
Right.
use it. And the first 30 days is meant to strip away those false beliefs that we have and strip away anything that we might not need along the way.
Mhm.
Really going through your bag and pulling out and throwing stuff away.
I got you.
And then the next 30 days are um, really building muscle or building into habit, because
Mhm.
you got rid of all this other stuff, so now you need to replace it with the right things. And so it's about rebuilding habit and things like that. And then the last 30 is on sculpting it. And so
Okay.
while you're doing that with your actual physical fitness, shedding pounds, building muscle up, and now sculpting all of it. You're doing that with your life as well, and that's why the journal is so important, because you're doing the exercises, but then you're doing the journal work too, that focuses on your mind and your spirit.
Excellent. Excellent. Um, Talk to me about, and I didn't get a chance to totally digest this, but is dining with preacher, is that an idea? Was that for a podcast, a show? What's the idea
Yeah,
behind that?
so
Because I like that.
I wanna try to integrate that. Like it will probably that will probably be like the base of the new podcast
Okay.
format. So whenever I have somebody on, it's like, oh, yo, prepare your favorite meal, eat while we're doing this.
Okay.
But it'll just be because I looked at Jesus in the Bible, whenever he interacted with people, a majority of the time it involved food, and so I
Okay.
was like, the best way to get people comfortable and things like that is to sit down and have a meal with them. And so right now it's like, of course, I use StreamYard just like you. Like it's like, okay, we'll be eating, but we're not in the same room. But eventually, I want to get it to the point where like, okay, let's meet at a certain place,
Okay.
and we sit down, have a meal together, and we talk about addiction, recovery, mental health, and so it's something that I've seen that not many people are doing.
Okay.
And so I'm a firm believer. Um, if you give them something that no one else has given them, they'll come. So
Okay. Well, when you do that, don't forget me. I wanna go dine with the preacher too.
facts.
Okay.
I got you.
Definitely, definitely. Listen, before we move on, one last time we'll go back. Remember the Soapbox on Substack and on YouTube, the Soapbox TV on YouTube. Go and you'll see these all these interviews. If you're not seeing this one there, go there, subscribe, so you can support other individuals who are working and making things happen in the recovery spectrum. And very important, also, will be information on parenting your child in recovery.com and secondstars.com right there in the show notes. Very important. Don't overlook them. Before we get out of here, talk to me about the program that you're currently working in with the young people. You're talking about something that you did with the young people. I thought it was fascinating.
Yeah, so um, right now I'm working at an agency called FLACRA,
Mhm.
and it's Finger Lakes Area Counseling and Recovery Agency. And
Okay.
so um, we have outpatients, we have inpatients, we have um, uh, living places. I'm having a brain fart.
That's
But
okay.
residentials,
Hmm.
we have all of that, uh, and we also have these things called connections.
Okay.
And what connections are? They're places where adults can just go hang out. We have computers, um, TVs, things like that. Just a nice place for adults to be able to, who are going through recovery, to come get resources, things like that. And so we have those, but then we have one connections begin, and
Okay.
that is basically the same thing for adults but for kids.
Okay.
And we're open 1 to 7, and we're open for 12 to 17-year-olds, and so they can come hang out. We have TVs, Xbox, ping pong table, and they just come and they hang out, and it's a safe place for them to come. A lot of them come from broken homes and things like
Okay.
that, and so it's a nice way for us to just give back to the community and get the kids from being on the street and doing things like that. And so we try to plan different things. Like last month, we had an ice cream party thing, so kids
Okay.
could come, and we made ice cream sundaes with them and things like that. And so right now we're connected with the VFW, and they're collecting donations to donate
Okay.
to us um, school supplies and snacks
Okay.
for when the kids um, come. And so we just uh, do that kind of stuff to keep them safe, and they love coming in. But yeah, it's a
Is
fun.
there a way for people who wanted to support you in this mission? I know you say the VFW supporting you. Is there a way for anybody else to come support you?
Uh, Probably if you guys, if they go to one, if they email, of course,
Okay.
and you've been flashing the email,
Yeah.
and then if they come to my Facebook, it's just Antoine Evans,
Okay.
or Preacher's Corner. I have both Facebooks going.
We're going to get
Uh,
all that. We're going to get all that in the show notes, everybody. So remember what he's saying here is going to be, be able to go to these places because this is the kind of thing that, deserves support. Just want everybody to know this deserves support, So that's great. Appreciate that so much. What I wanted to circle back around to was, and it's a silly thing, but I've done a few of these shows and I keep running into musicians. One of my second show I did, guy was a drummer, and I've done a couple guitar players, piano players. I keep running into musicians, and I don't even know that a few times. I didn't even know that before the interview.
yeah,
So this, I played it. Okay. So I find that fascinating. I find it fascinating. You any
yeah. I've been
type of
playing drums ever since I was, whew, I think like 6 or 7. So
okay,
for almost 31 years, 32 years.
excellent. That is excellent. Excellent. Anton, listen, I want to thank you for coming on the show. And I wasn't playing around when I said this. I mean this. It's guys like you that make me want to do this show because
Well, I appreciate it.
you're digging in and you're going to the heart of it and the root of it. Adults and young people. When you're using, I can tell that you're putting in your time and your effort and your everything. This is coming dead out of you. So I appreciate that. I want to tell it and appreciate that for everybody else. Let's let them know that so much. And thank you for coming here on the soapbox, getting up there and letting us know how you feel. Remember, everybody, you see that email address? Take that down. Shoot Anton a line or two. Find out what he's doing over there. If you don't have a cause that you're working with right now, it's something that you can jump in on. If you're looking for a cause, we got one here for you. So again, Anton, thank you very much.
Thank you.
For myself and Anton, I want to say goodbye. And Always in closing, I'd like to remind everybody to help somebody get better, help somebody stay better, and most importantly, help somebody be better. Thank you, and so long from the Soapbox.